Okay, I don't have a lot of time. It's 3:31. I'm gonna try to enunciate because I know I've got the air going, so there's like a lot of noise. Also, it's just my phone microphone. I'm not sure who I am. I'm making these videos because no, there doesn't even need to be because I'm making these videos because I want to make these videos because I want to have documentation of video stuff to see if whoever, like, I really want to try not to delete these. I try to store them. I want to be able to look back on them when I want to, when parts of me want to, and I want to not have them like in my face or have to look at them when I want to be avoidant, when I don't want to. But I'm curious if I can notice the parts. I want to try to identify who I am when recording. Probably not going to look at the camera a lot just because it's really like triggering for me and it can change who's fronting, which I guess is okay to have that documented. It just feels exposed and weird, but exposed is what I need. I'm alone in the car. I mean, I'm not alone. I'm picking the kids up from school. People can technically see me, but nobody can hear me. And I'm not actually alone because the babies are in the car. But I've got a video now. I'm mostly sure I'm Emily. However, I felt, or like Emily's close, but I think that's just Emily, nervous, energy, excited too, because we're recording and like social talky, like I'm saying a lot of things. But I'm actually feel like I might be Cactus mostly right now. Like I was walking around the house getting ready, feeling like Cactus. Like when I checked in with myself a little bit ago, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm Cactus. Although right now, like I said, when I checked in, I did the initial like check in for a second. It felt sense was more like Emily, and I can kind of I can tell by my voice and the way I'm talking. This like I don't know. There's like a lighter body energy. This I can do this like little like lighter bounce with my shoulders, like bouncing my head. I just feel like like moving around a little bit more, maybe a little bit like I don't actually like act like a valley girl, but this like valley girl say like a lot, and I have this like bouncy, like yeah, that's Emily. Like I'm definitely Emily. Like this feels that energy feels like Emily, whereas Cactus feels more still, more hard, more stoic, heavier, firmer. Cactus, which is funny because all those words make her seem very like bulky, but she's not, or she's not like tough or like aggressive necessarily, even though if you think of tough in like a durability way, she's pretty tough. But if you think of like a bodybuilder or like a burly guy, she's not tough in that way. Not a bodybuilder, like a bodyguard. Although they're not always necessarily burly. Looking at the camera just made me really anxious, so I have to like calm myself down. I'm also really warm because it's hot today and the AC's not working in my car. Okay, I wrote down questions. I want to start regularly doing these. I'm gonna upload them for me. I'm not doing this for attention. I'm saying these things for me. I don't want anybody to watch these videos. I mean, I'm okay with people watching them. I might turn off comments though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna turn off comments. Oh, but then I don't want people watching. I don't want to know that people watched if they don't comment. That's the thing. I don't know if I want people watching this. It's okay if people watch, just don't comment. Maybe I'll say don't comment I don't want to know that you watched because I don't want to, it'll feel really, I don't want to be exposed, which is a silly thing to say because I put a video of my face on the internet, but it's like a random YouTube channel for me to look at these videos. If you come across it, I'm not trying to like create a YouTube channel where I like have followers and have comments. Like I'm not trying to make like a thing. This is my place to have videos so they're not on my phone or my computer and taking up a bunch of like digital space in my life. I can put them on the internet. It's not the cloud, but out off of my phone and into the internet for me to access, but for, but it's still like not just like a random file. Like I can get it off my phone, but I still can access it as long as I have access to YouTube. Maybe I need to maybe I'll do backups on my computer. Yeah, maybe I'll do backups on my computer too. I know when I rewatch this, I'm going to notice a lot of eye rolls that are really going to bother me. Just because I rewatched a video a little bit ago, like a few minutes ago, because I did a little test. I don't know why I'm talking to the camera like you weren't here. Like I wasn't here in my own body a second ago. I wonder who I am now. Because if I barely remember the fact that I was just sitting here doing little like test recordings before I did this recording, that makes me think there was like some kind of switch, or I switched. Maybe it's like because Cactus, because I feel like I've been Cactus most of today, but then I was definitely Emily, or maybe Emily now. Yeah, I can't tell. Okay, just be. Right, talking out loud helps. That's the point. You don't have to be fake. You don't have to be anything. We're just making videos. Recording ourselves because we don't see ourselves, and when we look in the mirror, it's really triggery. This is our only way to really know what we look like, to know what the different parts look like, act like, are like, speak like, want to say what they want to say, what they want to be known. I hope all the parts record. As many parts want to. But honestly, a little bit of pressure to the parts that don't want to, because I want everybody to record. Even if you record like the most ridiculous video that's like, fuck this, I'm never fronting again, I'm never recording again, but here's your recording. Also, if you make a video saying I'm never recording again, I might make a video saying, please change your mind. I don't know, just make a video saying whatever you want. I want to have them. And please don't delete any videos. I mean, obviously we like take like a 3-second, 2-minute video, we want to like delete it and redo it or something, that's fine, but try not to like delete anything that's been like recording for more than, I don't know, a minute or two, because it's like, I want to have a record of this stuff. I guess it's not like an official entry, don't delete that, but delete other things. You guys know, we made rules about like deleting journal entries when we did the phone journal, and we haven't had a problem with that. We like navigate that really well, right? We've all navigated that really well as far as like as far as writing in the journal and trying to remember. Okay, right, what I was talking about, writing in the journal and changing the rule. Oh, like we made a rule about deleting, but as long as you want to delete, like we talked to each other about deleting. So talk to each other about deleting videos before you just delete. Nobody just freak out and delete anything, please. I know we have a history of doing that. Emily, or the parts of Emily, have a history of doing that. I feel like Cactus right now, which is funny because I don't feel heavy, even though Emily was talking about the body feeling heavy when they were like describing, they were saying like, earlier in this video actually, I haven't stopped recording, they were saying heavy, thick, burly, like those types of things to try to talk about Cactus, me, but like burly works, I guess. Burly's not right. I don't know. I actually feel really light. Light's not the right word. It's funny because I want to say thin, but like I don't feel thin. I don't feel like a thin person. Like I see like skin and bones, or someone that I would consider, maybe not even skin and bones, that's not accurate. There are people who are skin and bones. There are people who have meat on their bones that I would still consider like thin. Not curvy. Straight board, like thin. anybody watching this, because remember, I'm going to say all kinds of probably offensive bullshit in these videos because I'm uncensored, like literally not expecting anybody to watch it. This is like pretend I'm alone in a room talking to a wall, right? Crazy person talking to themselves in a room by themselves. That's what I'm trying to record here. So I might say, who knows what I'm going to say, right? I would say things that I feel like I know are not kind or socially acceptable or maybe even politically correct or whatever, but are not like things I actually like believe. So I might, it sucks because I don't want to have to add little caveats about like, you know, you're not homophobic if I accidentally say something homophobic, or I don't want to have to add little caveats about like, I'm not against, I don't have anything against like a thin body or think a thin body is unattractive. I don't want to have to add caveats to say stuff like that when I make comments about like thin being like straight and saying something like not curvy, because like societally people think like curvy equals attractive and thin equals not attractive, which I personally think is bullshit. I being Cactus, and I don't think any parts of me, like I think all of the parts of this system, this body, this whatever is happening, find all bodies incredibly attractive. I'm very pan and very, give me all the bodies. I want all of the bodies, all the shapes, all the sizes, all the colors, all the textures, all the tastes. I want all of the bodies of all weights and heights and thicknesses. Yes, you know this. I'm recording it because I'm trying to look at my face later when I look at this video, or I want to like know body language shit. I don't know. I think I'm Ruby. I don't know where we switched. Okay, I made questions. I wrote them down. I'm going to try to remember to bring this journal every time I record, because these are the things that I don't have stuff to talk about, or I don't want random videos where I just talk about nothing, although I guess I can, because I'm going to put them on YouTube, so I don't need the space on my phone. Like, my big motivation for not randomly turning on the camera and not having anything to say, or turning on the camera and it's always the same part, which I think is, I'm Emily again. Interesting. Maybe it's like a weird blendy, like Emily Ruby thing, because I felt like Ruby a second ago. Like, I could tell Ruby and Cactus are really close to each other, and they stay really close to each other, so maybe there's a lot of like, when I'm Cactus, Ruby's always close. And so even though I was Cactus, I felt like Ruby for a second. That feels accurate, and I want to say that that's true. So for now, I guess that's good enough. I lost my train of thought because I got distracted by the people walking by. The car is really hot, even though the air conditioning's on, which is frustrating because the air conditioning's not really working. Okay, don't get distracted. There's a lot of commotion around this kid's pickup, which means it's about time to do pickup, but that's okay. Oh, also I recorded this in vertical. Maybe I'll just do all of them in vertical, because everybody watches content on their phone now, so it's not that big of a deal. Also, I hate that was my thought, because everybody watches content on their phone, because I don't want to make these videos for content, and I don't want this to turn, I have a part in me, I think it's Emily, but I don't know who it is, who wants to be a streamer, who loves streaming, who loved having a YouTube channel, who's loved being a streamer, and loves the idea of like doing that, right? Being a streamer, being an influencer, having an audience, right? I love that. I'm all for that. I still plan to do that at some point in my life. I don't want this to be that. I don't want this to be that. This is just, for me, video journaling. Literally private diary, but not private because you're putting it on the internet. But private. Actually, to prove it to myself, I'm going to go ahead and upload these videos locked, like private for me, for however long I want to, until a certain point. I think I need to have more talks with myself. We need to discuss more the fact that this is online, but we want it to be private. because parts of me want it to be really private. Parts of me want it to be on YouTube. Parts of me are okay with people seeing this, and parts of me even like people seeing it because we've the Infinity system and a couple other systems. Well, actually, I don't know. I haven't specifically seen systems doing video journals like this, but I, like, my therapist said that she does video journals for herself. She's not a system. At least, yeah. She doesn't have D.I.D. She knows a lot about trauma and a lot about dissociation, and has kind of hinted at the fact that they deal with, like, depersonalization, and has hinted at just really empathizing with what I'm going through, but they've not disclosed that they're a system. In fact, they kind of act like they're not, like they're more of like a singleton. However, I know enough about, like, the fact that it's a spectrum, and so maybe they don't have D.I.D, but they might have, like, complex trauma and with dissociation, right? Levels of dissociation that they understand. I trust my therapist so much. Her diagnoses don't matter. That's really what it boils down to. I trust her. I'm safe with her. I like her. Check all the boxes. She trusts us. She doesn't question us. I mean, she questions us all the time, but she doesn't doubt the things we tell her, which is really nice. Okay, I'm not going to get to these questions because it's 3:48. I mean, I will. I'll start them. We're going to upload them locked. I will eventually unlock these because I want people to see, and I would be fine with it growing, and I'm fine with people seeing me. I really am fine with people seeing me. I just don't want the pressure of, like, trying to grow a channel, or trying to even make a channel, or even, like, have a channel, right? I don't want this to be a channel. However, you can comment if you want to talk, right? I want that. Like, if you have something to say, you can comment. I don't want you to feel like you can't, or you're, like, not allowed to. I just be aware that I'm someone who, like, when you're commenting, this is a system. You don't know who's going to respond or who's going to see it. And you're commenting on the videos of someone who has parts who don't want to be recognized, or to recognize that we even have D.I.D. So you could trigger us, which fucking everything triggers us. So, like, obviously don't try to trigger us, but, like, that's fucking part of the course. And I'm pretty sure Ruby's the one that cusses the most. She's got this, like, cusses like a sailor, says that's, adds, like, fucking and bullshit and, like, all that to, like, way more. Like, I'm fine with cussing. I must be Emily right now. I'm fine with cussing. I'm turning the steering wheel. I forgot I was recording. See? I'm switching back into mom mode because I'm Emily. Oh yeah, I don't have to be on camera. My phone's really hot anyway. Move it over here. Yes. I have to pick up the kids from school. Switching back into mom mode because Emily handles mom mode. That makes a lot of sense. I wrote down questions so I have stuff to say. So I always know where to go if the videos are rambly. Which this one definitely is, which sucks. There's going to be lots of gaps that when I'm watching this in the future, I'm going to be, like, annoyed by looking at my face and the fact that I'm not looking at the camera. Oh well. That's the other thing. Parts who watch these videos back, try to not to judge the part that showed up in the video. Even thinking, right? We're internally judgmental. We're quietly really judgmental, right? We don't think we're judgmental. We're really judgmental to ourselves, right? We know this about ourselves. So try not to think the worst about the person, or be judgmental when we're rewatching these videos. And we know instinctually we will be really judgmental instinctively, just like reflexively say a lot of negative things when we're watching the video. I want to encourage us not to do that, and when we do that, to apologize to the system, like internally make the effort to, like, apologize specifically, or just make a general, like, note to everybody that we know that we're not supposed to say that, we know we don't think that way, we're apologizing, or we don't know better but we're still apologizing, all that stuff. Even if it has to be, like, a sarcastic rolled eyes apology. Oh yeah, I'm not going to get to the questions because I don't want Kaylin and Benny to hear them, even though I was like, fun, I'll record while I pick up the kids. No, why would I record while I pick up the kids? I'm going to end because I'm almost at the kids. We will watch this later. Bye. Good job. I'm proud of you.